Welcome to the Eonics Podcast, a podcast about software engineering, new ways of working, and lots of other interesting stuff. Actually, it would also be very nice if you can follow us on Spotify, so you get a notification every week when the podcast comes live.
And rate us on Spotify.
And rate us. And please follow us on YouTube if you're watching there. Press the bell for the notification. And we already heard our guest, Iris.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Co-founder of Eonics.
Yes.
And I wanted to talk to you today about our most popular, what we call way of working or contract type.
Yeah.
Because it's not so well known, and especially for expats, sometimes it can be a little confusing. So maybe you can explain all about it. It's called the
On-Demand model.
On-Demand model, yes. Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, it's actually a quite a unique contract type because it contains two types of two ways of working in one contract.
Okay.
So there is a part that you can call sharing in your hourly rate, also known as midlans, and you have the fixed salary part. And first I will tell something about the sharing in your hourly rate part.
Okay, let's start there.
When you work as a developer at Eonics, you are a consultant and you do different assignments at our clients. So we place you at a client, you work there for a rate, maybe 90 euros, maybe 80, maybe 100 euros an hour. And if you have an on-demand contract, you can choose to share in your hourly rate, and that's the way we form your income. So you get 65% of the income you generate at the client.
Okay.
And we get 35%, and for the 35%, we do the administration, the insurance,
social fees. We have to pay to the government.
Taxes, exactly.
Yes.
And in your 65%, that's your salary combined with your travel budget, your laptop, the cost, your secondary costs. You have to do them.
The secondary benefits.
Yeah,
yes.
You have to pay them out of the 65%.
Okay.
It's good to know that on our website we have a lot of information about this, and you can see the income that combines with a certain rate at the client.
Yeah, we have a calculator.
We have a calculator, and we have everything specified there, what you have to pay and what we pay. So just to
and
be
it's
sure.
all also available in English, actually.
Yes, it's all available in English. So when you choose midlans, so you're sharing your hourly rate.
Okay.
Then you get every month. It's dependable on how many hours you've worked and your rate, and that makes your income. So that can be different every month.
Right.
Sometimes it's like you get a period where you know in advance that you will make less hours. Maybe you have a big trip planned, or maybe something else in your personal life is going on. And you think, okay, I'm going to work way less than I'm used to do. And I get a lot less income than I'm used to, and I don't like that. Then we have an option that combined with your midlands contract, in the same model, you also have a fixed salary contract. So you can switch. For every 3 months, you get a notice. Do you want to share in your hourly rate, or do you want your fixed income? And that's not your basic income. That's when you are midlansing and you drop out, the assignment stops, or something happens and you get sick and you don't make any hours anymore, then you always have a base income. That's a low income.
Right.
But that's not the income I'm talking about when you use the switch, because when you use the switch, you get your high fixed salary.
Okay. So it's like a competitive salary for like a developer of your experience. And
exactly.
All these things.
Yeah. And so you have you have a contract form where you have the best of both worlds.
Right.
You have a fixed salary. You can always choose that. And if you have a good assignment for a good rate at a client, you think, okay, well, I'm going to
stay here for a while.
Everything is looking good. So I'm going to switch to sharing in your hourly rate. And you even get a
higher income.
Higher income.
Okay, great. And Is this something that people usually start with when they work at Eonics, or how does that work?
Yeah, it depends. For everyone that comes here, we discuss the options. It has to do with your experience. The on-demand model is usually something for more senior consultants, so with 5-6 years of experience. But it's also possible to start with another
way of
working, fixed and flexible at Eonics, and then maybe after a year you can switch to on-demand, and then you get this package.
And the fixed and flexible is the more traditional contract where we make an offer specifically for you with the secondary benefits you like, but then you have a fixed salary every month.
And we also make that fixed salary offer by thinking about what we're thinking you will make with a client. So it's also based on your hourly rate, but that's more for Eonics,
and
not so much for you, because you will get the every month the same.
So,
income.
for example, maybe I'm an expat. I am starting from India or South Africa, wherever. I start to look for a new job in the Netherlands, or maybe I came with my partner. I come here. Maybe I start with fixed and flexible just because it's nice, and then after a few months, I'm on a nice assignment, and I come to you and I say, "Hey, Iris, everything's going well. Can I get an on-demand contract? Is that possible?"
That is possible. Usually we do that after a year. So contract form is for at least a year. So if you start here on on-demand and you want to switch to fixed and flexible, that's also possible. Then we do that after a year, and the way back, the same story.
Okay, but that's different from the switching in the on-demand model itself, where you can switch every 3 months.
But that's within the same contract.
Yeah, I see. So it's one contract when you work with the on-demand model, but in this contract you have a choice every 3 months for the
sharing in your hourly rate,
and the fixed high salary.
Exactly. And when you start with the on-demand model, there's always a period that when you just start at Eonics and you have an on-demand contract, then you start with the fixed salary.
Right.
So we set you up. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a month or two to find a nice assignment after you start. So then you just have your fixed salary. And usually we say after 6 months, or depends on what we decide together, we start your first switch moment. And then you get a notice every 3 months.
Okay. So it sounds like basically you can always talk.
Yeah, and we do a lot of. Sometimes we say, okay, we have an on-demand contract for you, but maybe the first year it's fixed, and then you can go switch. But usually we think maybe 6 months, 9 months, and then you can start switching the every 3 months to sharing in your hourly rate. Okay. It depends.
And in practice, from your experience, we have quite a few English-speaking employees. Do they usually go for the on-demand contract, or
in due time? We have a lot of them that start fixed or start with an on-demand contract but stay fixed for like half a year or a year, and then go for the sharing in your hourly rate option. But that also has to do with how many assignments are there for English speaking, the market changes a lot.
Okay.
So it always has to do with security and possibility. So we just give honest advice about that. But a lot of our people start here as English speaking will make sure they get to learn Dutch quite fast. So, and if you are Dutch speaking, there are so much more assignments here.
So even within the on-demand model, if you start here speaking English and you learn Dutch, you might earn more because you get a assignment for a higher fee.
At this moment, when we take this podcast, it's now 2023. For now, the Dutch-speaking assignments have higher rates.
Yeah, it can be like 10 or 20 euros an hour.
Yeah.
So instead of 80, you can make 100 an hour.
That's true.
And it makes a big difference in your income in the on-demand model, right?
Exactly.
That's what you can see on the website with the calculator. So the message is definitely come to us and work in the on-demand model. But also, if you're serious about your career as a developer in the Netherlands, then learning the language is
it's very
advantageous also financially.
Financially very interesting. Yeah, for you as a developer, it is most certainly. Yeah.
So. You gave quite some information. Is there anything we forgot or anything you wanted to mention about the on-demand model?
I think we we discussed most of it. I think it's important to say again that you can find all the information on the website.
Right.
We have a frequently asked questions page as well.
Also, yes.
So I think everything you need to know is available. And if there are any questions left, please do not hesitate to call.
Okay, thank you very much, Iris.
It was nice.
And talk to you another time.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.